Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Kaladesh Remastered draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I'm going to be going pick by pick and play by play through my draft, talking through my decisions to help you get better at Limited. Let's dive on in, and before we get to the cards, I want to remind you, if you enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more content. Okay, so, starting things off with pack 1, pick 1. Kaladesh Remastered is kind of a complex set. I did make a draft guide for it. If you would like to check that out, I'll link it in the description down below. And you can find that sort of background information on the format in that video. But talking through the picks here, Key to the City is a reasonable card. It does have some issues because it doesn't, it's not always going to do exactly what you want. But it can help you loot through your deck and be good in an aggressive shell. I like Aerial Responder, just a great rate. Good, just incredible rate, actually. So probably going to be the pick here. There's no, crazy good commons. Revoke is pretty solid. This card's reasonable. This card's reasonable. But there's nothing too strong, so I think we're just going to take the Aerial Responder. Yeah. Starting things off there. Pretty nice. Ooh, nice little Untethered Express pack 2. This card is fantastic. It fits into any deck, really. And it's just absolutely devastating. So I really like this card. There's also Dawnfeather Eagle, which is just a great white card, but it's just worse than Untethered Express and has a color associated with it. There's also Spire Patrol. They did take the rare, so there are rares that are better than it, Nandu. But Spire Patrol is also reasonable. But I think it goes Untethered Express. And then after that, there's a steep drop-off. I think this card's good, but I don't want to commit to 2 colors right off the bat. Dawnfeather Eagle's nice for keeping me flexible, but it is kind of a expensive card. Brawler's pretty nice. I'm going to take the Untethered Express pretty easily. And then after that, I probably would take the Dawnfeather Eagle. Keep myself flexible. Chief of the Foundry's okay as well. Yeah, Crew 1. No big deal. Okay, so pick 3. There's already some stuff going on. There's Yahenni's Expertise if we wanted a board sweeper of some kind. There is Decoction Module for some energy shenanigans, but white doesn't do energy as a color, and so Decoction Module doesn't really fit that game plan as much. There is Daring Demolition as a pretty solid removal spell. There is Kujar Seed Sculptor. Yeah, I'm doing my best, Banuni. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, obviously. There's no really good white cards in the pack. Conviction's not particularly good. I think Demolition is reasonable. That's a pickup. Just having access to that is pretty nice. Seed Sculptor's a reasonable 2-drop. There's the white decks don't do an energy thing. Wow, pick 3, hidden the stockpile. We're going off. I like the stockpile. Gives me a nice little engine here. So a lot of the time in Kaladesh, you can get some pretty cool loop engines going to give yourself a lot of value in the late game. Black-white sometimes plays a go wide role and then uses Inspire Charge to finish off the opponent. But yeah, Hidden Stockpile is a pretty reasonable card. The problem, Nandu, is that I feel like my deck might end up being a creature deck, and so I would end up sweeping away all of my own creatures, which is not exactly ideal. Subtle Strike's a pretty reasonable card as well. You can kill their creature, make your creature bigger. Works pretty well. But I like the Hidden Stockpile. Potentially just stick to black-white all the way through here. And then we see something like a Glimmer of Genius, and it makes me want to go into an Esper control deck, maybe. This card's really nice. It looks similar to cards that have been seen in the past, but the 2 energy can actually make a big difference. It's like a Behold the Multiverse without Foretell, but the 2 energy can do some really relevant things. Nature's Way is also a good removal spell. The Hawk isn't particularly good. That's why I'm willing to branch into another color here. Find isn't particularly good. Mana Fixing is pretty good in this set. There is Attune with Ether as a green card to go get mana. You can use Treasure Map to go get mana. There's Prophetic Prism. So there's a decent amount of mana fixing. We're going to take the Glimmer here, I think. Inspired Charge can do good work. if I get enough go wide stuff. Hidden Stockpile can fit well in that sort of deck as well. Renegade map. I think I said that card. There's a map. Malphite Squad goes well with Inspired Charge. Lookout can do some good stuff when you have some vehicles to crew and you're being aggressive. I think it's between Charge and the Lookout. Lookout does need you to have some vehicles. I already have one good vehicle. I'm going to take the Charge. It can potentially set me up for the future. Punished. There is a Ether Chaser in this pack, but red hasn't seemed open. I just don't think people know how good this card is. And there's a Dawn Feather Eagle. The reason I took Charge is because sometimes your deck just really needs one, and it's less replaceable. There's also Prophetic Prism in this pack. This is a really good pack. Like, there's a bunch of good cards here. Prism can potentially let me splash something. Eagle, what fits with the go. I'm just going to take the Eagle, I think. But this pack is just stacked. Fragmentize is actually main deckable, because there's a lot of artifacts running around. Yeah, I think that's a classic, like, second level signal where the Ether Chaser is like the best red common in the set and one of the best commons in the set, period. So someone's getting it pick 8, but I can't take it because I don't think that it's in an open color. I'll take the Fragmentize here. It's a reasonable card. There's a lot of artifacts running around. Now, Defiant Salvager can do some good stuff sometimes. Make Obsolete's also reasonable. Kind of want to take the Salvager, though. Mastodon's okay. This card's not particularly good. No, I'll take the 2-drop, I guess. Leaving the Dust is fine. Conviction's fine. I feel like I'm playing black-white, and I'm just going to commit to that. And so I'm just going to take the cards that pass green and non-black-white cards. Okay. Well, maybe our deck isn't going to be the best, but you do your best. Okay, we get another Untethered Express. That's great. This card's pretty reasonable as well, but Untethered Express is just fantastic. I do like Glint Sleeve Artisan as well. Brawler's sometimes okay. Mimic is pretty good. You can name like Servo. The AFR draft did not go well, Adronius. So I like this card. The Inspired Charge maybe isn't the best, but another Untethered Express is a great pickup. Ovia Pashiri. Pretty good card, but not for us. So this is a 2-drop. We don't really have any 2-drops right now. We have one. Maybe I just take Revoke Privileges. Lock one of those up. I think I'll do that. Peller Pioneer is a nice card to go with the Inspired Charge. And kind of just the Dawn Feather Eagle plan. Not a huge fan of the Poisoner in this deck necessarily, though it does attack and make me a 1/1. So maybe that's better than it looks. Yeah, I think I do need the Poisoner. Just need 2-drops. My deck is fairly aggressive. Probably not going to get the Night Market Lookouts back. Those cards go well with the Untethered Express. But yeah, I like the Poisoner. And Renegade map. There's also Goggles. Goggles works on Artificers and yeah, just Artificers. Soldier, Artificer, Artificer. I have a couple Artificers. Fenhauler's a reasonable card as well. This card works well because it can trigger like Revolt on some of the cards. Also, I can use it to fix my mana sometimes. Kind of want to take it over the goggles. And then I get a goggles the next pick, so I get rewarded, kind of. Yeah, goggles are a thing. Wow, just seeing all these good cards in colors that I'm playing. Like, this card's really good. It's just not my colors. Yeah, I'm not sure if I ended up in a good deck for my spot. It was really hard to read signals in pack 1. And so now I'm just kind of chilling. Self-assembler is sometimes a reasonable plan at the 5-drop slot. Hoping not to play the Mastodon. Yeah, this is a weird draft. Ugh. I don't know if red was open. We saw one good red card. It was the late Ether Chaser. We saw some good green cards late, but it was like too late to do anything about it almost. Rush of Vitality, just a random 2-drop. Implement of Malice. It's pretty relevant. Everything you can remember is good, Soteric. Rush of Vitality. How many creatures do I have? 6. I'm just going to take an Eager Construct. Don't love the card. Sometimes you just need 2-drops. Yeah, this is a tough draft. We're just seeing a lot of good cards coming around late. And none of them are my color. Yikes. Just laid a Tune with Ether. Yeah, this was a tough draft. I feel kind of bad about it in many ways. I don't know exactly why. It just feels like I'm getting bad cards every pack. Sure, we'll just pass one card of every color to try and signal that we don't want to be, that we aren't in Teamer. I don't even know. We got this Glimmer of Genius. We tried to spec on some stuff. It's hard because it felt like the signals we were getting just implied lack of knowledge rather than our colors being open. Okay, so we open up Skyship Stalker, which is an absolute beating of a card. Yeah, I'm probably not going to play either, though. This card is very good, but it's not really my plan or colors. To be fair, my plan or colors isn't going super well right now. I like the Artisan a lot. Oval Chase Dragster's okay. Filigree Familiar's okay. I think this card's the best in the pack for me, though. Like, we do have playables, and it's an Artificer to go with my goggles. So we're going to be able to make playables here, which is nice. Padeem. We could splash Cloud Blazer pretty easily, I'd say. We have a map. It's the best card in the pack by a mile. Could also take the Propeller Pioneer. But I'm just going to try to get some power into this deck. Black-white dual land. I'll take the dual land over the... And there's also Self-Assembler. I did not pass a ton of mana fixing. I passed one map and like one Prophetic Prism. This will help me with my blue splash. But I could also just take a Self-Assembler. Just want to take the land. My deck is going to make playables. This card's great, though not in my deck. Pay 4 to put a counter on something. Also not decent. Skyskip is decent. How many creatures do I have? 9. I just want the puzzle knot. Countless Gears Renegade. Over the Hawk. This is an Artificer, right? It is an Artificer. Like, my deck is probably going to win some games. It's got some creatures that do stuff. Hoping not to play this card, but... Da Young is reasonable. Karizev is great. Yeah, pretty easy. Da Young. Now a nice 2-drop. I think it's just important to get some 2-drops here. Maybe we don't even end up splashing Cloud Blazer, because our deck just wants to beat down. The late Ether Chaser. Yeah, it's looking like less and less likely that we're splashing. Ooh, with another Renegade map, though, we can probably do it. Play one island. I think the Pillar Bug's also a reasonable card. Pack 3 has been really good to me. Pack 3 has been good to me. Okay. I could also splash something else, but I feel like this is a fine card to splash with 2 maps. I can cut Live Fast. Night Market Lookout does go well with the 2 Untethered Expresses. Another Puzzle Knot, though. I'll take the Puzzle Knot. Oh, we got 2 Self-Assemblers. Nice. That's doable. Deck shaped up, I think. Okay. So, I'll play one of those. 7, 13, 14, 15, plus 2 maps. Not going to need the Weld Fast Monitor. Definitely going to bias towards white mana. Really don't want to play these. I'm not going to play Alley Invasion. How many Artificers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have any, what's the thing where you tap your artifacts as if they were lands? Let's count my creatures at 13 creatures. Yeah, I don't really want to cut the, I maybe could cut the second Goggles even, but I think 1 Goggles is fine. Puzzle Knot's fine. Not the best though, but still fine. Works with the Eagle and the Charge. At least I like the 2 Self-Assemblers kind of. So I have enough 2-drops maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 1 2-drop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. 7 2-drops. This card's going to be pretty good with my Renegade. Yeah, improvise is the word I was looking for. Goggles could be solid, I think. I have a lot of good stuff up the curve. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 2-drop creatures, relatively speaking. And then got some good stuff going on. Goggles seem reasonable. Don't really want Live Fast. I kind of have Cloud Blazer for card advantage. Yeah, this seems like a good deck. Kind of shaped up in pack 3. Well, I have 2 Renegade maps. I'm counting those as lands. Because if I have a 1-lander plus a Renegade map, it's going to be like a 2-lander. So yeah. Let's do it. See you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special shout out to those at the credits level. If you as a viewer feel like my content has provided you with $1 worth of value and you'd like to give back and support the channel, the Patreon is the best way to do so. And as my way of saying thank you to patrons, I provide some rewards like access to my card by card tier list for each set. I really do appreciate all of the patrons, and I really cannot thank you enough for helping me continue to produce these videos. Without further ado, though, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We will keep this hand. I want to apologize for using Adventure in the Forgotten Realms lands. That will be mitigated after this game. I know it is a heinous crime. It will be remedied. Never fear on that front. So we got a pretty reasonable start here. Ether Poisoner can get us another 1/1. If it does trade off, then the Countless Gears Renegade can kind of go off. Get us another 1/1 even. Don't kill my Poisoner. He just wants to do good things. Definitely paying the mana. They don't get an extra 1/1, but that is the way life goes sometimes. And if they play an artifact creature, I can kill it. So which... They could have 3 mana to give everything -1/-1. Or they could have Yahenni's Expertise or something. They did have Make Obsolete. Let's go. Called it. It was just a 1/1. I kind of ended up ahead on that exchange even a little bit. Ah, painful. That card would have been good. Not super concerned with the bat. They have a little bit short on lands, it looks like. That worked out. I need them to miss another land drop here, because my draw is incredibly bad. One artifact and one enchantment, so we can get back Conviction. Oh, gosh. Yeah, having one artifact removal spell, sometimes even 2, can be really good. Ooh, that's good with the charge. So they're 2-for-1ing themselves here. Okay. They traded 2 combat tricks for my guy. So they traded 2 combat tricks for 5 life and killing my guy. That's pretty okay for me. My card was a 3/4 at the time, Obi. So, okay. That's a combo. That is a good draw. Coming to Rumble. Untethered Express is pretty good. Sure. So they're pretty much dead now. We can revoke privileges their specialist. This is a nice little combo. One of the reasons I included the Salvager. Thanks, Frederick. What a turn! And the game is over! He has been victorious! Feels good, man. You know, of course, the most important fact is that I get to now change my lands to Kaladesh-themed lands. It is a major decision which lands to play in a limited deck. I'm so tempted to run this Glimmer. It's definitely not correct, I don't think, but I'm tempted. So when you're choosing lands, choosing from the set is often a good plan. So let's see what we got here. We got Kaladesh, maybe? It's somewhere, I feel like. If I change the lands and start losing, then all of a sudden I'm in trouble. There's got to be a Kaladesh land here somewhere. Oh yes, the organization ones. The ones that like look like they were like scripted. It's perfect. You can kind of like see Kaladesh. You can kind of tell which ones are Kaladesh. They always look like there's central planning involved. That's what you like about Kaladesh. It's like, ah yes, the cornfields are in a perfect circle. Normally I do the land changing off stream, so you just get a little bit of off recording. So you get a little bit of insight into the background of what goes into picking out lands for such a deck. Hopefully that insight could be useful for you in your own drafts. At least that's the hope. Yeah, I think 15 lands is enough with Double Renegade. Exactly. I now know what went wrong. I'm identifying the individual factors. I played one game and won, and therefore those lands are unbeatable. Ooh, let's go. This is a good hand. So it's about whether I want to equip the goggles. I definitely want to get the extra 1/1. Untethered Express is an absolute beating. The fact that I got past that card is kind of nutty. Maybe I'm supposed to sacrifice this on my upkeep. It is an uncommon. Ah, the schematic. Drawing all lands is not great. I definitely feel like I'm in Kaladesh now rather than being somewhere else. The lands really change it. Opponent didn't have the same taste. We were past the first Untethered Express. Classic land draw. Feels bad, man. Luckily, our self-assembler can go get the other self-assembler. I think I know what my opponent's up to. They look like they're doing a much better job at their game plan. But to be fair, I have drawn 8 lands in my 15 land deck. So over half my lands. So such is life. This is kind of one of the lands, but not ideal. I think I've drawn all lands except for this one, Inventor's Goggles. Wow. I'm really making sure I draw the high impact cards. I'm actually kind of happy to get this trade going, because I'm totally afraid of Inspired Charge right now. Oh, I'm finally understanding what you mean when you say Don Frederico. You mean the Dawn Feather Eagle. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Ah. Yeah, I'm not even going to complain about losing this one. I didn't really get to play particularly much. Yeah, just, I changed my lands so that I could get to see them, and then my deck was like, well, you wanted these lands, so let's just show them to you. I mean, I needed to get to really feel the land. Can you feel the land tonight? I'm also not sure if these goggles really fit in the deck very well. But they're probably better than my next best card of, like, Alley Evasion. Maybe I could play Live Fast. Like 13 or 14 creatures. I should probably cut a goggles for a Live Fast. I do have some ways to spend energy. My deck can grind a little bit. The problem is I don't have any improvise, so the goggles aren't doing as much as they could. Aerial Responder was pack 1, pick 1. Good call, good call. Whew. Okay. Back at it. That's tough. Get the mulligan in the sand because we can't cast anything. Tough, tough. Gonna ditch the self-assembler. Not gonna sack the map just yet. I'm gonna, because I can totally draw like one of my revolt cards. Like I have hidden stockpile and 2 of the dwarf guy, and it's really good if I can draw one of those. Tough. This card's pretty good. The Crusher. The reason I'm doing that is because hopefully I can then fragmentize this at some point. I don't want to just run one of my 2/2s into this thing. The Crusher. Wow, they're attacking with the Crusher? Surprising. But what's not surprising is how much Kaladesh saved by switching to Geico. Yeah, they probably don't have their second color. That is true. Oh no, that card is so bad. This card is horrendous. Oh my goodness. And then next turn I use my Inspired Charge and hopefully win. Ugh. Because this isn't a good double block for me. It's a bad exchange. So they're taking 5 no matter what. No, it's not because I'm going to be casting this Inspired Charge. And also, I don't want to trade a 4/4 for a 3/2. The deck is in fighting form now. It's like figured out its issues. Do I have any rares in my deck? I do. I have Concealed Courtyard. Let's go. Gotta make sure you get those rares in your deck. All of the power level. I just have all these great uncommons, though. Let's go. Hi. Hi. Ugh. The lucky charm has arrived. Ooh, let's go. This is Sasha. She's gonna help us win. I'm going to play this guy first. I know I could make a 3-4, but I'm really hoping to get an extra 1-1 because I have this Inspired Charge. So I'm going to try to set it up with the puzzle, not sacrificing in the same turn as I get the Renegade or something. And this can't be blocked by these 1-1s, so I can get in some nice damage. Don't hit random buttons on my computer. Ah! It could go terribly, terribly wrong. Be careful. It's the Kraken! Ah, puzzle knots. Oh my goodness, that's a draw. Do I have the link? I don't. If you Google Kaladesh Draft Guide, I think mine might be the first one that comes up. Yeah, on YouTube or whatever. I also, there were some things that I got slightly off. I'm gonna make a comment on. I'm gonna pin a comment where I write any corrections. I think that'll be a good thing to do moving forward for draft guides because I don't get everything right all the time, and I usually am pretty quick to identify what I get wrong. Oh my gosh, they're just going all in. I don't want that. I think my biggest thing was that I said I didn't say Thriving Rhino was the best green common. I remember that vividly in my head being like, what are you doing, Nikolai? You fool. Okay, so... I need to draw lands. I can't afford you during demolition. I think they had to use this on my 2-drop is pretty nice. Okay, demolition also not looking great on this board. I would agree with that. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. The Enter that Express should do good work. Cancel blocks. No blocks. If I draw planes, I just win. There we go. Got the win. Remember when I was feeling kind of lackluster about this deck? I don't know. I feel like I am sometimes too hard on myself. But yeah. Okay, joke. Thank you, Banuni, for finding the draft guide link. Let's just copy this. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Copy link. Okay. Keeping this. Look at this Renegade map doing work. I think we're still going to get our island with it. Like, this card gets so much better when you get an extra 1/1. It's just like, this is like a 3-mana play that I got for 2 mana because of my map. Synergistic play. And I get to fix, so if I do draw Cloud Blazer, I'm in great shape. And if they do like ramp out a Serpent, or I have removal for it. Nice, Nandu. I'm gonna have to Daring Demolition this Chief of the Foundry. Okay. I will get rid of Die Young, presumably. I'll sacrifice whichever one the Kingpin blocks. Etherborn is such a cool creature type. Really interesting and cool. Well, I'm going to kill that. It provides problems for me. Well, that's a good draw. Best colors to draft. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. I think all the colors are viable, and so it's a lot of it's about, I'm going to decline because I already scryed a card that I don't want to the bottom. Because there's no need to jump, really, yet. They can jump later. I don't particularly care. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to block. They should have crewed with something else so they could jump if they needed to. I guess I could, yeah, I kind of like holding up the sack for their turn. You can if you choose to. Well, that was a heck of a draw. So look at this pro tip. You hold full control. And crew in response. Because I didn't want to lose a creature. I wanted to hold up my mana in case they went for a removal spell or something. Playing these cards without being able to sacrifice them is not good, in my opinion. Got them. There are a few. Fumigator's a Wrath. We had that Yahenni's Expertise that we almost took. Let's go. Four and one. The deck is cruising. Behind the scenes action. Classic Dawn Feather win. Exactly. Classic Self-Assembler win, honestly. Well, there's another good hand. Thanks, Gapio. This card is not playable. Either. This card's sometimes playable. But this card is certainly not. It just doesn't do anything. Maybe free, but what is the cost? Why would you play... Oh my gosh. I'm enraged on my opponent's behalf. Sure, we'll play this guy. The goggles are bouncing from person to person. It's not very sanitary. Remember Kaladesh came out a while ago. I feel like I've had blue mana the past 4 games, and now I finally don't. When I actually need it. Feels bad. Right. I inted there. Feels bad. Not my best play, I will say. I got too much of a thrill from You Are the Kaladesh Master. So I got 2 for 1 on the onboard trick. Classic. And then I get 2 for 1 on the non-onboard trick. Luckily they played Ornithopter, so I still have a chance. Imagine if this was like an actual card. Ruinous Gremlins confirmed. I didn't play around it at all, because I assumed it cost 4 mana to use for some reason. In my head it cost an extra mana to use. only had a third self-assembler. It is TCOM. This just makes their double blocks more difficult. I should have played in sack, maybe. 0 mana gain force, so much value. Turned into life goes on. No, it turned into a free life goes on. Come on, big time island or renegade map. Oh, that card's annoying. I'm hoping to top deck Inspired Charge. I feel like that's my best chance of winning here. Aerial Responder, eh? What you up to, opponent? What the heck? They're just playing random cards. I think I need to draw an island. That was close to an island. If I'd drawn Inspired Charge this turn, I think I still might have won. Oh, the pain. I really needed my island this game. I think I've drawn Cloud Blazer in the only games where I haven't... This game has been a crazy one. If I draw an island, I can still win. Island! Nope. Oh, that's tough. This Scrapper's too good. If it had been a different card, I would have been fine. Oh, man. Needed something to deal with that guy. Feel bad. I did mess up that one turn. Opponent also just played a bunch of unplayable cards. But I don't know. It happens. I messed up an onboard trick. I misread it. Though, to be fair, the Ruinous Gremlins then wasn't able to kill a Self-Assembler, which would have been worse for me than killing that. So, it might have actually been okay in the end. Hey, I could still go better than 4-3. Well, this is a tough hand. I can't cast anything. I should have my Express. And have the map to find me a plane, so maybe cast this on curve. Gonna get a planes, because now if I do draw another one, I can cast this thing on curve. Which I would like. The map is pretty good. Let's go. Kite plays get rewarded. I can block the skiff or the pillar bug. No! You monster. You monster. I like the sound effect. It literally sounds like a train going off the rails. We have our island now, which means that I'll never draw my gosh darn card. Sure. Yep. I was worried about that. I also thought they might have Subtle Strike, which is like +1/+1 counter. I'm going to continue to wait. This is going to keep getting better and better. Well, that's an insane draw. So they do have Subtle Strike, probably. Draw, let's go. That was actually a really good draw. Like that card. I can kill Skyskiff with it. Boom, got the win. Man, I read the Subtle Strike I knew they had Subtle Strike, and then I actually got to see that they did have it because they played the Daring Demolition later. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Oh, reading them like an open book. Getting to 5 wins with this deck feels great. Let's go. We don't really have any rares, but we got a lot of good synergies. When I do cast Cloud Blazer, it's going to be so good. Oh, yes. My classic hand. The old Cloud Blazer with no blue mana. We got trains. I got the trains that I need. Bum, 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 bum. Let's make sure I'm centered, because I did get up and move around a little. Okay, I'm back centered. Let's go. Yeah, I guess I'll play it. Uno Island double map. So 1/15 of my mana base can cast this, and then I have the 2 maps as well. That card hopefully can get killed by the demolition. And privileges will do. They are missing lands as well. Never mind. Oh, that's a problemo. Really? That's a fine trade for me. Oh, what's it like to have a map, buddy? Let's go. I'll get my blocker down. I would like to save this for like another tiger or something. What's it like to cast your Cloud Blazer, buddy? I wonder. I wonder if I'll ever get to feel that thrill, that surge of joy that I'm sure comes with casting a Cloud Blazer successfully. Just totally, just always wrecked. Never gets to cast Cloud Blazer. Always gets to suffer. It's also a splash for the opponent. Of course it is. They have a Renegade map and probably 1 planes. Because they're a madman. Maybe they have 2 Renegade maps, 1 planes, just like 1 splash color, just like me. Oh, Cloud Blazer. Gosh. Oh, the pain. Opponent has a lot of energy. Their deck is insane. Their deck is actually absurd. What is happening? Have they played a single common? Oh, they have. They have played several commons. That is a problem. Come on, Island. I'm not even kidding. I've literally had islands in every game that I haven't drawn Cloud Blazer, I think. Or maybe not literally. Is it literally? It feels like it's been literally every game. Just like, what is happening? Someone must have, like... Oh my gosh, line. Just... It feels like I've had an island every single time I haven't drawn Cloud Blazer. I think I've drawn Cloud Blazer 3 times. I think I have to actually draw island to be able to still be in the game. Because I've used all my removal. Just so unfortunate. Maybe they won't block. Maybe they'll have pity on me. Wow, if I wasn't literally dead next turn, this would be so brutal for my opponent. They would just lose everything. Good game. What's it like, opponent? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The splash from like straight from the depths of hell or something, like. Oh gosh, 3 mana sources never ever draw. I think I drew. Oh my gosh, the pain. I did my best. Ugh. Cloud Blazer seemed like a reasonable splash in this deck. Just never panned out that way. Never drew it with my island or a renegade map. Count my blessings. They didn't have any energy payoffs. Oh, that's good. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Wrecked. Totally wrecked. Oh well. Such is life. If you made it all the way to the end of this Kaladesh Remastered draft, and you were watching on YouTube, remember to hit that thumbs up button. It does help the video out. Subscribe to the channel for more content, and click that bell icon so you get notified when I post future videos, if that's something you'd like. You can check out the Twitch stream at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, let me know in the comments. Leave hashtag stockpile charge to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, or hashtag runaway train, because those were our kind of coolest moments, was the train doing really good and the stockpile plus the charge doing good stuff. Also self-assembly, we never drew both copies at once, so that was pretty cool. So fun stuff there. Or hashtag no show Cloud Blazer, but that's kind of a negative one, and our deck did a lot of cool things. I felt like the maps actually performed really well, just enabling our renegade and things like that. So our deck felt really fun to play, and I was definitely worried during the draft portion, as I'm sure you could tell, but it definitely ended up starting to play pretty well at the end, and it felt like all of our matches were pretty interesting. That also, leave in the comments with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. You can find more of my content linked below, the Discord server, my articles as well, and then you can also find my Kaladesh draft guide linked below as well, because it gives you a nice little background for the format. Yeah, there's also more ways you can support my content if you would like to via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. I appreciate all of my patrons helping me continue to make these videos. And then you can also, if you have Amazon Prime, use Amazon Prime to subscribe to my Twitch channel for free. So even if you don't watch Twitch, it's really simple to set up, and it all goes towards the same pool. You basically link your Amazon account and your Twitch account, and then you can use your Prime Gaming subscription to support my channel. It's free if you have Amazon Prime, so at no extra cost to yourself, you're supporting my work, which is really cool. That's going to do it, though. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of fun with this draft. Hashtag runaway train. Feels good. Just double train feels good. I just like hidden stockpile a lot as well. So a lot of fun with this draft. And I'll talk to you folks next time.